Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emil and today we're gonna learn how to knit the nugget stitch. Very fluffy stitch, I think very easy as well. Not reversible, doesn't look the same on the other side, on the wrong side. Doesn't look bad but not the same. And we need to cast on multiple of 2 stitches plus 2 border stitches, one on each side, and for the demonstration I have casted on 32 stitches and it's knitted in 4 rotative rows. So let's get started. Well, let's get started with the first row. We're gonna knit the very first stitch, which is border stitch, so we don't gonna work it anymore. And then what we're gonna do is continue with the sequence of knit 1, yarn over and slip 1. Again, knit 1, yarn over and slip 1. This is all the sequence we are going to repeat for all the way of the row. Knit 1, yarn over and slip 1. Knit 1, yarn over and slip 1. So let's continue with it. Last sequence of knit 1, yarn over and slip 1. Last stitch, the border stitch, knit 1. This is the first row, and let's continue with the second row, the wrong side of the label. The very first stitch, slip stitch, border stitch. And then what we have to do is continue with the sequence of yarn over, slip 2 and purl 1. Again, yarn over, slip 2, purl 1. Again, yarn over, slip 2, purl 1. This is how we're going to continue for all the way of the second row. Very important, when we do yarn over, we don't move the yarn into the front of the needles. We'll leave it behind the needles, then slip 2, and then we move to the front of the needles to purl 1. Again, yarn over with the yarn behind the needles, slip 2, move the yarn to the front of the needles and purl 1. So let's continue with it. Well, I'm about to over the second row, yarn over, slip 2, purl 1 and the last stitch, border stitch, purl 1 on the wrong side of the label. Then what you're gonna do is continue with the third row, the right side again. So we're gonna slip the very first stitch, border stitch, and then we're gonna continue with knit 1 and knit 3 together. They are just one over other 3 stitches, we knit them together. Again, knit 1, knit 3 together, knit 1, knit 3 together, knit 1, knit 3 together. So let's continue with the third row. Well, this is how we over the row number 3, and we're gonna continue with the row number 4. The row number 4 is the easier of all the rows, which is just purl all the stitches. So we're gonna slip the very first stitch, which is border stitch, and then we're gonna purl all the stitches in the row number 4, the wrong side of the label. Well, these are the first 4 rows of the stitch, and if you remember, there are 4 rotative rows, which means that the same 4 rows we are going to repeat, but changing the order of the stitches. So if in the first rows we start with knit 1, yarn over and slip 1, what we have to do in the next 4 rows is first yarn over, slip 1 and knit 1. We just change the order of the nugget. So again, yarn over, slip 1 and knit 1, yarn over, slip 1, knit 1. This sequence we're gonna repeat for all the way of the row. Yarn over, slip 1, knit 1, last stitch, border stitch, knit 1. Well, let's continue with the second row of the second sequence, where we have to start with the first stitch, border stitch, then purl 1, yarn over, slip 2, again purl 1, yarn over, slip 2, purl 1, yarn over, slip 2. This is how we're going to continue again for all the way of the second row. Last sequence, purl 1, yarn over, slip 2 together, last stitch, border stitch, purl 1. And again we're gonna continue with the third row, where we're gonna continue first stitch, border stitch, slip 1, then 3 together. Instead of knit 1, we're gonna start with knit 3 together and then knit 1, knit 3 together and knit 1. So these are the first 4 rows, and the second 4 rows we are going to repeat for all the way of the stitch. And what I'm going to do is repeat a few more times the first sequence and the second sequence to show you how it looks like, and let's continue with it. Well, this is how it looks like, the nugget stitch, which is not reversible. It doesn't look the same on the other side, on the wrong side. It doesn't look bad, but it's not the same. Very fluffy, very bulky, and very easy, I think. I hope you really like it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to do it in the comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.